me work on this thing. I'll get it right in a minute, maybe. That ain't gonna work, so let's do this. Well, tonight we're going to talk about a few things. We're talking about stress, and the future. It has to do with a lot of people that's going through this stress. Thank you for one person that showed up. We have a lot of things in modern days that's given us a lot of stress. Uh, the COVID 19 pandemic, for one. Uh, the economy is another one. Maybe it's our families. Could be our loved ones, our mate, our children. We're going through a lot of stress here. It's just, like it was if in the post-war eras. You know, we are fighting basically a thing that we can't see and we can't really deal with. Hopefully, they'll get a vaccine out. I got my ammonia shot this year, and I got my flu shot. They say the flu shot's in two stages. I took the second stage, so and I took the real strong flu shot vaccine, so that'll help in case I end up catching COVID, God forbid. I've already had the flu shot and an pneumonia shot, so that'll help. So that's a little bit of stress off of a person. There's gonna be a lot. How can I say this? Just a lot of stress going around, and wonder how people are trying to relieve it. You know, I'd like to go traveling again or do something. Out of this house. I get what we've been locked up for 10 months or so, 9, 10 months, and it wears on me, and that's my stress. A lot of it is a lot of people's finances is their stress. Good Lord willing, I don't have that problem. My finances are stable. But there's a lot of people that ain't, and all we can do for other people is basically pray for them. Because I know they're going through a lot of stress. I know they're having trouble in their finances, in their household, in their love relationships. I mean, they're just having a lot of stress. And the trouble of it is, you got to fight to keep it taking it out on others. That's the hard part. You know, maybe physically, God forbid, but it could be mentally, all kinds of stuff. Let's see, right now I gotta clean that off in the bottom. Well, there we go, Ape. How we doing over there? I need some whoppers. Yeah, I got some. I ran there somewhere. Some whoppers. I lay my channel luckywhoppers@gmail.com. Mm. Yeah, people have a lot of stress, and I mean, my theory behind it is if you can relieve some stress from other people, this, that, and the other, I don't see why you shouldn't do it. You know, especially if it don't cost you anything, it don't hurt you. Be kind and considerate to others. You I ain't trying to be the Mother Teresa out there, but I think that if you give a halfway start, you might be halfway there. Gotta get rid of it. I'll be glad that vaccine gets spread around. I look for it to be another year before it really gets out there on the open market, unless they really get with it. I've been charging them little AAA batteries, or double A, excuse me, double A batteries, rechargeables, getting them all charged up. I've been charging. I've got all this stuff here charged up. You know, this is it's charged up 100%. You never know. I mean, we have to worry about. Ugh, we have to worry about the Middle East. We got. They're worried about the president wants to bomb Iran nuclear factories. You know, that'd be stressful for anybody in the military, and it's stressful for us. We don't need another war of any kind right now. The world don't need it. The world does not need to be any countries be at war with any other country because that's just going to spread the pandemic. Like the swine flu, the Spanish flu, it killed off more people than the damn First World War did. So there you go. We don't need to. It's stressful out here nowadays. Me, I like to travel. I like to do things. I like thrift stores, garage sales, department stores. I like shopping. I've been going through a lot of my stuff that I've already shopped and try to separate it. It feels like shopping again when you find something you ain't seen 6, 7 months. I've seen something I ain't seen 6, 7 years. What are you talking about? But that's where I'm at. I'm stuck. I'm wanting a bunch of things to do, but I'm basically stuck in a rut. You know, I know what I should do is just sit home and play the perfect person. Just don't go out unless I have to, and uh, spray, keep everything sprayed and poisoned, and everything else. Keep everything clear. It's just stress has got me. I'm wanting to run. It's either fight or flee. Well, I get nothing I can fight because you know, I have nothing to do with the COVID, the vaccine or anything like that, or a doctor, or I ain't even working in a lab no more, so I can't fight. So I like to flee, to run. Uh, I thought about going out in the middle of the desert, just sit there for about 30, 45 days. Unplug myself from the news and unplug myself from everything else that causes stress. This sure does. A lot of things out here cause the stress nowadays. I'm debating. I worked a little bit out there today, cleaned off my solar panels. They're fully charged. My batteries are fully charged. I think it's 14.1, so they're fully charged up. I took my Windex and cleaned off all the solar panels. And like I said, I've got to sort through there and take the stuff out that I don't need, put the stuff in that I do need. A friend of mine bought her an ice maker and she's going to leave it outside. And I said, well, I did that camping one time. I went walking or something and didn't have the heat on in the ambulance. And my ice maker froze at the bottom where the pump's at because it has to suck up liquid water to make ice. And then when the liquid water froze, it busted the seals in the pump. So I told her about that. If you're gonna leave it outside, you better drain all the water out of it, because it will ruin. They're made to be on the counter, and she's not got very much counter space, so she's gonna set it outside on her little patio, and have to give it a chance to freeze. Like I lost mine, they're about $150. I mean, they're not tragic loss, but it's a loss still the way. Uh, my sister wanted, she's gonna order another pump. I said I wouldn't work on that thing for that much. So far as I know, she ain't got it fixed yet. She's still messing with it. We used to buy them at Lowe's. Now I think the only place you can get them is on Amazon. Little counter ice maker. Makes 26 pounds of ice a day or something like that. 30 pounds of ice a day. But I don't need that many ice. I just make a couple of trays and then that's it. I'm done. Sits right by my freezer and I just pour the ice in a stainless steel bowl and set it back up in the freezer. My my refrigerators, I don't buy them with an ice maker in them. They're all, every time you buy one with an ice maker, it's always getting you trouble. Water in the door. I mean, come on now. I can put some ice cubes in a glass and fill it up in the sink. Uh, you know what I ain't had in a long time? Some lemonade. Some homemade lemonade. Go buy me some real fresh lemons. Should be the fall of the year. They should be getting right or ripe. And make me some homemade lemon. I don't like that concentrated lemon. That doesn't taste like lemonade to me. I put that concentrated lemon on fish. Squirt it on top of fish. You can get fresh lemon. Yeah. But like I said, my son's telling me when we gonna go to Missouri or wherever it's Kansas or somewhere to go pick them welders up. He won on his auction. He won two welders. He's got one of them sold to pay for both of them, and he's selling two more. He sold one generator. He's going to sell two more, and $250 a piece or something like that. So he's going to have all his stuff paid for. I just put mine back. I figured $300, $100 a piece. So after I just put mine up. Hello out there, UFO. How you doing? Hmm. Nice to see you too. Yeah, maybe the aliens do need to come and get us. I don't think they want us. Yeah, if we if we were seed pods from another civilization, I think they messed up on the cloning. Yeah, we ain't very damn adaptable. I told somebody one time, boy, that's pissed off at me. Oh, that's mad. I said, there ain't no guarantee we can't go by the way of the dinosaur. Oh, God, that was mad. I said, I like that movie Avatar. That's my favorite movie. I've watched a whole bunch of movies, but I like that one because the planet got tired of people and stuff and started fighting back. I think our planet's going to do the same thing. If it don't kill us by disease, it'll probably have an ice age or something. Slow us down a little bit. It's trying to kill off the lack of ice is trying to kill off the polar bear. They're having to adapt. They can't go out on the ice sheets and hunt for seals. So who knows what's going to happen? I think we're moving into a hot age. Can you imagine all the water, all the ice all over the planet melting? The ice on the ice caps melt in the Himalayas, do you know how many countries that affects not having no water at all? They get all their water from Himalayas. Yep, most countries do. South America does. Yeah, if there's not snow water runoff, even America, up in Montana, Wyoming, Mississippi, they don't have a proper snow fall. The Colorado River is going dry. So is Mississippi. Like that song, Mississippi River's going dry. Yeah, so there you go. And that'll even break down the conveyor belt. So if it breaks down the conveyor belt that goes to the warm water that goes up along the east coast all the way to England, Ireland and England, and if it don't keep going up there, England and Ireland will freeze. Yeah, that would be like the Arctic. Yep. Damn, I learned a lot of dumb stuff in the world. Yep, I had to fight my stress daily. They gave me pills for it, but don't help. Don't help for shit. I got anxiety medicine to take, stress medicine to take, depression medicine. That's what the hell it is. None of that shit works. Pain don't help. My back hurts all the damn time. Pain pills don't help either. What helps is a damn good hot water bottle. Put it next to my back and lay on it. That works pretty good. I can't find my heating pad. I think my daughter borrowed the last one I had. And the way she went with it, I think she's going through menopause. Uh, Maybe she's already through it by now. Who the hell knows? Getting about ready to retire. Yep. She's living in big old Oklahoma City. She's getting ready to retire. And she hasn't been doing very much traveling either since that COVID hurt. She works for like a Devon Energy or something, big energy company. I think it's Devon Energy, and they're based out of the UK, and she travels all over the world. She hadn't been traveling much, so there you go. Maybe they're trying to do away with fossil fuel. I can do that. Run me a big old hot bath. I got I got a big old garden tub I could crawl in. Probably my trouble is, as old as I am, trying to crawl out of it. Be like Shamu out of water. Uh, I remember I got a hot electric blanket I can go get and put on the bed and just turn it up and wrap it up and my back in it. Yeah, I'm not gave up yet. I know where electric blanket is. Thanks. U- UFO, I'll just use that tonight. Weather's supposed to change. And when it does, supposed to wind blow tomorrow. I'm supposed to start getting colder and rain by the weekend. So that's one thing. My arthritis is kicking up because it's going to rain. I think human nature, we have to stress and worry about stuff. Hush, you guys, don't start that. And I'm not getting up, baby girl. You just knock it off. Who else got up there? Oh, we'll turn down that rotation so quick. Let me get this rotation off here. Okay. No, that ain't working. There it is. Turn it off. Oh, how would I got that? Okay, here we go. Choo choo. Hi, how you doing, Mr. Bean? Could be a lot of things in the world. I got another one. Well, yeah, I ain't gonna make my house too cool. My house is pretty hot as it is. My body temperature. Baby girl, I'm not getting up. That dog wants me to get up and go put her outside. You can use right around the corner here. Just go right around the corner. You can use them poopy pads I laid out today. Uh, no, I'm sort of tired of this isolation. Uh, comes gonna make me sneeze. I'm just stuck, tired of being stuck. Can't do here and can't go there, and I mean, it's just hello, Gail. I mean, it's just don't you guys get tired of sticking in the house? Maybe you got jobs you can get out and do things. Uh oh. See, my watch tells me to exercise. Well, that ain't gonna happen. Okay, one, two. I've exercised. Uh, she's around the corner. Yep, it's just I'm tired of being stuck in the house. I want to take that road trip. I want to go to Courtside and all out there in my California. Come here, baby girl. This is baby girl. Come on, look at it. Okay, there you go. Oops, she says that I don't like the camera. That's that mini kid for you. Oops, I got. Yeah, I mean, I want to go do something that I'm scared. Well, you never know. I want to go to Arizona, Courtside, Arizona, and that's about 1,100 miles from where I'm at. Take me about 3 days to get there. Right out there for 100 miles a day. I go 400 miles a day. I'm 400 miles a day. About 3 days. 2 3/4 miles a day. So I'd say make it a full 3 days. I don't get around there. We don't have to use the bag. I'm gonna take me in my truck. You know, if I take big more things to hit everything, just like a box. It's like nutrients or half the doctor and gets to that one. You know. You barely hear me? Okay, I'll have to talk louder. Can you hear me now? And I'll have to talk up. But like I said, I'm going to get out and go do something. I'm going to get out and go to Mars. And tomorrow, the next day to Kansas. That's about 500 mile trip. About 400 mile trip. About 800 miles round trip. We'll make it today. We'll leave out early and get back late. Just about there, you know. It's on the edge of Missouri. We got to go get them welders. Uh, that's what we'll be doing. Like I said, who knows nowadays? If you ain't depressed about something, you probably need to just go talk to a psychiatrist. Economy's falling out. Trump wants to bomb Iran, a nuclear plant. China wants to take over the China Sea. And these other start up some kind of conflict over there. And one thing or another, that's what it is. Yeah. Of course, I'm gonna quit watching the news. I think all they put on the news is bad stuff. they don't never put nothing good. That's for damn sure. It's all bad. You guys can't hear me at all? Well, my goodness. Let's see here if I can get. Can you hear me now? How about now? It's got a mic in it. Let's, let's see. Can you hear me now? I don't know what the hell it is here. I'll have to work on it. I got it turned up all the way. Let me see here. Okay, let me see if I can turn it up some more. Who knows nowadays? What are they doing here? Whoa, that ain't it. Keep messing with it, I'll blow it up. Then they won't be able to hear me at all. This time I'm gonna. It's got a microphone right here. Next time I'm gonna turn the external mic on with the external camera. How about that? That's what I'll do. I don't know how to go back and do it tonight, but I'll do it from tomorrow. That's what I will do. Yeah, I'm telling you. See, that's stressful. Try to get on the camera and can't even work the thing. Put some mic jack in, maybe. Okay, well, check it out. Somebody said that's better. Okay. Yeah, stress. That's what we need, and the world runs on it. I think. I think the world runs on a bunch of stuff, but I'm not into the world anymore. My poor little dogs. I'll have to take them. I got to go get them some kind of collapsible pen. I think I'll go to Lowe's or Builder Square or something. I want one about, I don't know, 36 inches high because a little guy can jump that high. He's something else. He is. Nice to meet you too. It's been, I don't know, like I said, my son's even getting depressed, getting itchy feet. That's what I call it. He said, well, he'll call tomorrow and see if they got the money. He has to wire him the money, so I guess they can see if he's got it and see, make an appointment to pick it up. You got to do all that stuff when the auction houses have. It's all right. I mean, I keeps us busy. Me, my trouble is I don't sell it. I just buy it and stack it up. Let's see. I got my count the one that crashed outside. I got one, two, three, four, five, six generators. I got besides seven, got that one that went crash. I got a great big one. It's a 10,000 watts in the bus. Then I got a 5,000 watt. Then I got a 1,000 watt. And then I got two 4500. Yeah, I got plenty of generator power. I don't like sitting in the dark. I got two of them fixed up so I can run the refrigerator and the light. Yep. But my daughter said if we both go, that she'll check the house and make sure the pipes don't freeze. I'll leave the heater on. I don't care. Leave the thermostat on. Leave the water leaking. I don't care. Come back to a flooded house. That'd be something, wouldn't it? Don't think so. Uh, I did that one time. Come back from Florida. It's about 18 degrees in Oklahoma, and all the pipes busted. Yeah. Sure, Brad, you're right. All the crap's caused by the government and the federal money jar too. Yeah. I think governments just start crap like that with other governments. Like, hell, them damn people ain't done nothing to me over there. And why in the hell do we need to be the world's police? Yeah. Well, leave them alone. Let them go. They've been fighting over there before Christ. Like we're going to get them straightened out. Yeah, we can get them straightened out, dog. Can be. Well, and we ain't going to straighten that out. You ain't, I mean, you go over there and want to be policemen. We can't do this, can't do that. Can't. Well, really, I mean, they've been fighting since time began. See who one's got the biggest problem. That's what I'm saying. Hey, who cares? It ain't all that much fun anyway anymore. They said they're going to pull a bunch of troops out and bring them home. Uh, and the general said that's not a good idea. Of course, they're warmongers anyway. I mean, hell, the world should be, well, we don't have to have a military, but you know how that goes. In time of peace, you need to start building and building and building. That's what happened to the Greeks in time of peace. That old boy built up a fleet and increased the military because he knew old Xerxes was coming. Yeah, old Xerxes he was coming. Yeah, I like that movie, The 300. Yep, it's a pass at Monopoly or whatever the hell it was. Been there more. George Rasmus lives in Athens. He's a, he's an Athenian. I guess they did away with the rest of them. They're all Athenians now. There ain't no Spartans and there ain't no other tribes. You kind of worried about UBI. What? Yeah. Hell, if I'm way over here, they're gonna unless they set a nuclear bomb off, I'm good. You can send an EMP. I got some stuff in a Faraday cage. In fact, I need to go through that stuff and see what's all in there. You can put a Faraday cage over your house. I could just buy a bunch of chicken wool, stretch it over your house. That'll keep the EMP out. Yep, like a lightning rod, basically. Static electricity is static electricity, not regular electricity. And an EMP, and it just like walking across the carpet and touching something, or riding one of them carts at Walmart and try to open up the milk display and get shocked. Touch one of them main low hanging fruit, touch piece of metal in that thing after riding that cart, you get shocked. Yeah, that's like the Ark of the Covenant wasn't nothing but a big battery. And that's why they put wool on top of it. And the friction of that wool what killed that guy when he touched it. It was made out of gold and silver and lead, I believe. The descriptions on in the Bible make you a battery, like the Baghdad battery, copper and iron and citric acid. Sure, you did that when you was in school. You make a battery out of a potato. Well, I did that in school. No, well, ago. Also built a deceleration plant. What else did I do in science? I mean, all kinds of crap. Oh, I proved that what was it? What was the name of that lighthouse? Alexander's lighthouse. I proved it was a magnifying glass that had a big lens, and that's what they with the ray of the sun. Or they built a fire out of inside that lighthouse. They didn't use regular wood and this, that, and the other. They used sulfur. Sulfur burns hotter than the sun. There you go. That's what burned up Sodom and Gomorrah. Lost on land again. I'm like you, lost on land. I want to get the heck out of here and go. I want to go lakeside or courtside. They ain't doing nothing out there. Because Jimmy or what is it? Jimmy, whatever his name is, he's supposed to have a non van build out there. Van build, but it's a non van build. In other words, they're not going to have a because he had to pay so much for extra bathrooms and a whole bunch of stuff. They stuck him with extra fees and all that crap. The government's got to get their 2 cents in. What do you got planned, lost on land? I'm planning on running away for about 45 days. Maybe to get better. Either that or go crazy in this house. Thank God it's a big house. I don't think I can handle a tiny house right now. Yep, don't think I do it. I don't mind being in an ambulance or a van or whatever, just as long as I've got plenty outside to go do. As long as I can get outside, I'm all right. This weather's about to change here in Oklahoma. We won't be able to get outside. You're staying in Texas for now. I got a friend in Knox, Texas. Could run down there and see her again. That's out towards the west. I just want to get out and enjoy myself. I didn't get to go camping much this year, like I usually do. I only went up towards the Tulsa and the Five Sisters. There's 5 lakes up there. 5 actually state parks. Went up there. My nephew, grandnephew, I guess it's great like a my grandnephew's camp host in one of them. So we went up there. It's nice here. It's in the 70s. Oh yeah, I love that. And the 40s and 50s at night. Yeah, I could do that. About to turn cold here. We're about to get some rain come in this weekend in Oklahoma. And it'll push its way to Texas like it always does. Probably have an ice storm in Dallas. Then all the wrecks. I was coming home from the doctor, and this is what I see. A fifth wheel and a dually upside down on the freeway. I don't know what happened because I just went by, but I guess it was the wind had caught it or something. It started weaving like it always does. It fell over right there on the middle of the freeway. Sure went through vacation. Yeah, I don't like ice either. Yeah, we had an ice storm up here, and all my trees are laying down the yard. We can't get the. It's about to be about 10 days before we can get the guy to come back. We paid him in advance. That's was a mistake. He's still got some more to do, and he ain't come back yet, but he will, I'm sure. And get the rest of his limbs taken out. I could do it myself, but my son says I don't need to be out there trying to use a chainsaw as old as I am. I used my pole saw. I stayed away from the blade. It was way out there, about 6 foot. If I fell down, it'd still be 6 foot away from it. Hmm. 48 Mississippi. Mississippi tonight. I had some friends that live in Mississippi. Got a lot of friends down in Louisiana. I had a sister that married one of them Cajun guys. When I was a young kid, I went with a Cajun girl, lived out there on the swamp. Call it a swamp. Oh, it's terrible. The trees are laying everywhere out there. I just made sure my sidewalk to my car is clear and I can get out the driveway, so I'm good now. I'm good to go. As long as I can warm up one of them vehicles. I started the bus and the ambulance today again. Everything's running fine. I didn't start my pickup. Ooh, I better do that tomorrow. I like to start them about once a week, make sure everything's running. And a lot of people need to, you need to, this winter, I don't care where you're at, you need to put a emergency kit in behind the seat, like oil, uh, ice scraper, whatever you need in the wintertime, antifreeze, whatever, and get your vehicles ready to go because it's going to be here. It's going to get here. Especially you women that travels by yourself, you need to get your emergency kit already. Always put me some crackers and stuff like that in there. You know, those peanut butter crackers, I stick them in there. Especially I'm a diabetic, I have to drive with a candy bar between the seats in case I get a low blood sugar. But I always hate if I slide off the side of the road, I got plenty of food. I'll just stay there until somebody finds me. So I told my son if I go by myself out there to court side, it'll be about 3 days. I said, if I get lost, I still got about 30 days worth of food and water. I said, as long as I'm away from you, you guys will find me eventually on GPS, as long as I got a signal. Think about investing in a satellite phone. That way they could reach me 24/7. But I got AT&T and Verizon. It reaches out pretty good. Where AT&T don't hit a Verizon will. My little phone company barely gets across. Pioneer barely gets across Crescent. We're about to get 5G, though. Can't wait. Oh, I got a buddy heater. I've got an old Coleman heater too. It don't get quite as hot as a buddy. It's got high, medium, and low. My buddy heater just got My buddy heater's got this high and low, and it even on low it'll run you out of that ambulance. So I use that little Coleman, but I make sure I get ventilation. That's the key word. You always make sure you get plenty of ventilation. And I got me a carbon monoxide detector, and smoke detector. And I'm gonna change the batteries before I leave. I bought new batteries. There you go. Keep a box in the trunk. And women should have a hammer underneath the front seat for protection. Somebody sticks their hand in there, take it off. See if they get you. If you have a machete like I do, laying there in the seat, or a gun, they can get you for harming somebody. on what they call that hijack, car hijacking. But if you got a hammer, tell them you're doing some construction at home and you left it in the car. Yeah, there you go. Just hit them in the head with a hammer. You know, I used to go all over the country, never worried about nobody bothering you, robbing you, or anything. And I still don't worry too much. I don't get flashy though or anything else. I just want to stay off to myself. Crazier you act, the less people you got. And don't buy nothing new. I had a brand new bus, one of them 45-foot bus, looked like a Greyhound, and everybody bugged you. Well, it broke down because you guys, could you? And we're trying to save money, and all that crap. I drive my old ambulance, and they said that poor old man, he has to live like that. They don't know no better than I don't tell them. Like one time I went down there at Thunderbird Lake in my handicap bus, and they felt so sorry for me. They brought me over supper that night, which was having a fish fry, and they even invited me for breakfast. they, they felt sorry for me. I didn't tell them I had a big old house. And no propane, no problems. Okay, problem. Okay, open carry. We have open carry too. I'm trying to read all these deals and get them all mixed up here. Yeah, we have open carry. I carry my gun all the time. And don't never tell somebody, I got a gun, I'm going to shoot you. Hell, just shoot them. They'll figure it out. They'll figure it out. You start popping a cap at them. I had a great uncle that told me that one time. He said, never tell somebody you're going to shoot them. Do you do that in the war? I said, no. You just start shooting at the enemy. He said, well, that's the same in real life. You start shooting at them, they'll figure out, or they are pretty damn stupid. They don't know you're trying to shoot and kill them. I believe everybody should have a gun. Yeah, 5 or 6 of them. Guns ain't nothing but a paperwork. It's the person that uses it. But I do believe they should be psychological evaluation. I think they should have training, and I think they should have registered guns. And I don't think I need a machine gun to kill the neighbor. You know, I got a I got a 50 caliber to do that. I can reach out there a couple of miles and get him. I don't need no AK-47 or no crazy little gun that shoots a bunch of little bullets real fast. I just need one bullet, one kill. Your best bet is avoid people. That's my motto. Yeah. Don't put yourself in a situation. You don't feel safe, keep moving. That's what I figure. Especially lost on land. She knows what I'm talking about. If you pull into a place and you don't feel it, keep moving. You live in a very bad part of Mississippi. Um, I live in a gated community. What the hell do I know? It's all our old people around here. Raised by your father. Well, I taught my kids how to shoot, how to drive a truck, and use standard, drive a standard and everything else. You bet. Never just pull a gun and start shaking with it unless you intend to use that damn thing. And don't tell them you got one either. I keep mine in my fanny pack, right next to my wallet. If they want my wallet, they get the gun too. Hmm. Yeah, a lot of people you need training, and especially if you're a woman or whatever. 9 times out of 10, men don't get raped. 100 times out of a million. Or once out of a million. But women, they have to worry about all the crazies out there. They got a bunch of crazies. I thought to myself, really? Yeah. I think Rape should be charged right up there with murder. First degree rape is first degree murder. Give them an injection. Get rid of them. you wouldn't want me in the you wouldn't want me in the judicial system. I had a judge friend of mine named Bill. He was a judge, as he was a Supreme Court judge actually in Oklahoma, and now he's running for state senator or whatever the hell he is. And he said, "Boy, I wouldn't want you nowhere near the Justice Department." I said, "I want to be a head of the prisons. I think everybody should get blood, bone marrow, skin grafts. I mean, I'm a scientist. I'll suck them dry. Yeah, I'm a biologist. There's a lot of good parts as long as you don't give them a lethal injection or electrocution. Yeah, prisoner, if he ain't going out of his cell, he don't need to see anything." That's what I told him. Bill said, "Oh my God." I said, "He don't need to see anything. He don't need but one kidney, half of a liver, you know. And if he gets a death penalty, I want his heart first. I want to give it to some of those kids that need a heart transplant." And all the burn victims, you know, I mean, you could just put a balloon under their skin and blow it up and then keep cutting the skin off of them. Yeah, and they'll use it for burn victims. He said, "No, I don't think I want you the head of the judicial system." I said, "Well, I don't think I don't believe in death penalty. Dead man don't learn nothing. He can't learn. He doesn't learn anything. He doesn't really care. I mean, a mass murder that would get the death penalty, they don't care about nothing. They don't even care about themselves." But no, I'm pretty safe when I travel. My dogs don't like them. I don't like them either. My dogs don't like, or he don't like nobody. Neither does Big Boy. They don't care. I just stay off to myself and mess with my dogs. Now there is some people I know, like Lost on Land, the people I've met on YouTube. Just some, they're all right. But if you don't get in a place you don't know who they are, this, that, and then they're too friendly, just don't be friendly back. Just stay off to yourself. And usually if a robber or something like that, they're opportunities. So don't leave your stuff just laying out, laptops and all this other stuff. No, just keep it all picked up a little bit. And you don't have to let them come through your and give them a grand tour of your vehicle or RV or whatever. So, well, that's where I keep my $100 bills right over there. Yeah, animals are a good judge of people. You bet. Yeah. I don't think I could be honest with you. Well, I might to self-defense, but I would. Now, war is different. You're shooting at a lob, whatever. But actually, just pull a gun on a person. Well, I can't understand the police department. You don't have to shoot to kill once you just take his kneecaps out. He can't come and get you with a knife if he can't walk. That's my motto. I would always, yes, I would too, baby girl. I just shoot him in the knee. He'd be throwing that knife down pretty quick. If he even was nervous disturbed, you ain't no good, baby girl. Look at her. She is a mess. And she's too fat. You gonna leave me? She said, "You get that camera out and I'm gone." she ain't into them cameras now, let me tell you. Oh, hell yeah, the raise up here. She takes about half of the sugar. Yeah, I mean, they've been like too lenient on some of the judicial system. They'd rather give a person that smoked a marijuana cigarette 20 years and let a rapist go in 6 months. What in the hell is the justice in that? The worst person that drug addict or whatever do could hurt himself. You know what I'm saying? Now the other end of it, the rapist or the pervert or whatever, uh, that's don't make no sense. I mean, you gave people 20 years for, I don't know, a carton of cigarettes, a carton of marijuana cigarettes or whatever. But then a rapist, you give him 6 months to a year and try to rehabilitate him. I don't think there's going to be no rehabilitation. I'll rehabilitate him. Yeah, I put a stop to that crap. Yeah. Time I got through harvesting all of these vital organs, he wouldn't feel too chipper. They can give a half of a liver and it'll grow back. So every 5 years, I can harvest a half of a liver. Kidneys don't do that, though. They only got two. But you could take both of them and put him on dialysis. Then no way he wouldn't be running too far away from the machine. Boy, don't catch me when I'm depressed. I tell you, if I'm stressed and depressed, you don't me out there in the public. I'm telling you. No, I worked in a lab so many years. I see little old kids with cancer and stuff, and you just want to cry. You know what I'm saying? There's nothing you can do because of the law and the way humane the society is. It's that and the other. Stem cell research, all this. I mean, I ain't no Frankenstein, but I do believe in helping the living. You can't do much for the dead; they're already dead. Ain't you ever heard that song, "Dead Man Walking"? Or was it a movie? I think it was a damn movie. Yeah, you can't help the damn dead. Where I'm going on my road trip, I'm going to go out to Quartzsite and that around in that area, out on the edge of Arizona and California. My son's going. He's got to go up to my place up there in Elko County, Nevada, and he's coming back down through Los Angeles. I mean, not Los Angeles, Las Vegas, and then coming on into Quartzsite. But he said he might postpone that and just go out there with me and then go up north and come back down. That's what I plan on doing, going out to Arizona. Well, I just moved my. I just maybe it's just maybe I just moved that. I guess. But anyway, like I said, I just to me I don't know why people can't get along. I don't know why foreign countries. I don't have no trouble getting along with anybody. You know, as long as you treat them with dignity and respect. I mean, that's what else could you ask for? That's my motto. What can a person ask for if you're kind and considerate and treat somebody with dignity and respect? You know, because I mean, even if they have a different opinion, I mean, everybody had a different opinion in this election. You had the Bidens, and you had the Trump people, and you had blah backwards and forwards. But you got to realize, majority speaks. Let them do what they want to. I've seen so many presidents and told come and no matter. In 4 years or 8 years, we'll get another. You know, that's like me. I decided I just outlive all my enemies. I'm about pretty well done that. I ain't got no childhood friends no more. They all died. I outlived them all. I'll make 90 next year, and then on to 100. And I won't have very many people. Uh, at 110, like my granny, she lived 118. She didn't know anybody. It all died for her. She outlived some of her kids. There you go. I don't want to do that. I don't know where I want to outlive my kids. That bothers me. Yeah, does belong at home, and that's the first thing. You need to be kind and considerate and tell your kids and your loved one, if you got lucky enough to have one still alive, that you want to care. I never did want kids though. My wife did. I let, so she had a bunch of them. We had five. One died about a year old from crib death, and the other one died. It was a premature birth. So there you go. We had two girls and a boy. and there was a girl and a boy that died. So there you go. But like I said, yeah, you charity does belong at home. If you got extra money, you need to spend it on your kids, your wife. Take her out or do something. Get her a new dress. I can't see people giving their last dimes to total strangers when they've got. It's just like the Bible says. Now we'll go back to what the Bible says. It says charity belongs at home. Take care of all your home business, then take care of your neighborhood business, then take care of your county business, and then your state business, and then venture on out if you got that much energy. There's all, like I said, what did God, Jesus say? The poor will be with you always, but I'm only here for a short time. I think that's what the Bible says. You can Google it. Yeah, there's so many. There's a lot of people that really need it, And I made mistakes and been conned on this YouTube. So, ooh, do you you don't have no idea how bad I've been conned on this YouTube. But the point about it is that your best bet, you give it in good faith. You can't help what they do with it. It's like giving at the collection plate at church or paying your tithes at church. You can't help what that priest. He's liable to run off with the secretary. You can't help what he does. But you give it in good faith that it might help someone. There for a while, we had that Red Andrews Festival here in Oklahoma, and we'd go down there, me and my wife, and we'd pick a tag off the tree and help a indigent family. You make sure they have a Christmas dinner, and if they got kids, you buy them all a present. I never bought so many bicycles in my life because everybody you can't go wrong with a bicycle. Girls or boys, you don't matter if they're really that poor. They usually don't have a bicycle, so you can't go wrong with a bicycle. That's what I did. My kids are sport rodding, some of my grandkids, some of my great grandkids are all sport rodding. Yeah. Like I said, when my kids graduated, they all got a brand new car, and that's right in there in high school. A lot of times I bought it to a new car in their senior year, anticipating they would graduate. But you never know. Yeah. Well, yeah, you're right. Charities have a great big, huge overhead. That's like give the Salvation Army. I give more to the Salvation Army than I do Goodwill or any other place. A lot of these places they'll like say they hire handicaps, but then they don't. That CEO gets a big chunk of money, and the people working there gets a big chunk of money, and all that. You know what? Goodwill. We keep all of our handicaps in the back, and they're working out of sight, out of mind. But 9 times out of 10, they ain't got nobody back there handicapped. Now I go to this ESP place, and they even have the handicaps working the cash register. So I know they have handicapped people. They shut down due to this COVID. They're not putting in kids, I say kids, some of them 35, 40 years old, out there on the floor working because of the COVID. They want to keep them safe. No, I'm not. So that's their responsibility because, I mean, they're handicapped. They don't know no better. They don't know if they could catch COVID or whatever. That's what I'm saying. I mean, there's just so much out there. No wonder I get depressed and want to do this. No, I can't do that. I don't want to do this. Oh, I can't do that. I'm tired of ordering off Amazon. That ain't like shopping. My son says, "Well, you get the stuff," but I said, "It ain't like shopping. I like to go see. Maybe I'll buy that, two of them or three of them." Well, I see what I want and I bought it, and then when it gets home, I just throw it in a box. And then half the time, the stuff's still in the package the UPS were dropped off. I already know what it is, so I just throw it over. and get it later. I save. I tell you what, my a hobby, and I don't know what started this hobby. I save thermos bottles, and if I find one at a garage sale or a thrift store, I buy it. I don't buy brand new ones because I buy the older ones. All kinds of thermos bottles. They have to be stainless steel, and what was it, Stanley, or the one's called Thermos. I mean, that's what I do. I got probably close to 200 of damn thermos bottles. I think you use them for anything. You can put herbs in them. You can put, like I told this one guy camping, he's a damn idiot, and I told him he was. Well, my water freezes because he don't keep the heat up in his RV, and we have to put it on there and thaw it out, and the ice cubes out, in to make coffee the next morning. I said, well, he was having a drive to save money for whatever. I said, why don't you boil you some water the night before, put it in a thermos, and the next morning all you just pour that hot water, and it ain't melted. I mean, it ain't frozen. He called me a smart ass. I said, okay, whatever. Didn't do without your damn coffee. I don't give a shit. I'm just telling you, if you put hot water up before you go to bed the next morning, that water's still warm enough that it ain't froze. Going to, oh, somebody removed that. Gail did. I couldn't remember it. It's what it says. Pin message. I don't know what it does. I guess it was gone. Gail got rid of it. I was trying to read it when she did. I don't care. But no, I said, well, sir, I mean, I'm just telling you, you got a thermos bottle, put water in it, hot, and you go to bed about 8, 9 o'clock, and you get up about 8, 9 o'clock or 7 o'clock for coffee, and these 5-gallon buckets were all frozen. I said, well, if you had to put 2 thermoses up, that'd be about a half a gallon. I mean, how much coffee you want? What you got? All right, give me a candy bar. What are you doing with that? Don't give it in my dog's eyes. I'm gonna play with it while I'm driving. Okay. He's got a late. He's got a laser. He said, "I love that big race." Well, okay, if that's what you want to shoot that laser across them open fields, go for it. I don't care. Uh, no, you got to be. I mean, there's certain things you can do when you're out on the road. That's like I told a friend of mine. Be careful. Yeah, you better take your money. They don't. Well, you can put it on my tab up there. Yeah, he's all right. They let you have a candy bar. Uh, but I had an ice machine, and my rig got below freezing, and the water in the ice machine is real portable. It froze and it runs the pump. So I was telling my friend that lives in Texas, if she leaves it outside on her patio because she ain't got very much room in that little RV, I said if you leave water in it, it'll freeze and bust that pump, and then it's la joke. It's French word, la joke. Like I said, there's a lot of things you can do. I love to go camping, and I don't take a whole lot of stuff, but I like to have my ice, or I buy ice from the ice chest, but I usually just take my ice machine and start my generator or run it off solar. And but I mean, I like my biscuits, so I take my convection oven, so I like cooking biscuits. I've got a friend, what they call a Dutch oven, but I don't. I got a when I got a convection oven and a microwave and 2 burners. I don't need it too much. I got as much cooking power as I got at home. Make a good cobbler. I love to make cobblers. That's the way it is. I like winter camping as long as I'm warm inside because I got a heater. But my dogs like to get out and run, of course, and they don't like them chihuahuas don't like cold. They like they'll huddle up with me in bed, stay in there all day and watch Netflix. I used to love the winters a lot. And I got where anymore I can stand the winter better than I can stand the summer. 'Cause I do stay inside with my air conditioner blowing and look out the plate glass window. That's what I did one time. I went down there to the lake and all the grandkids. Well, my granddaughter was graduating college, and well, she about a year before she graduated college. She invited all of her little girlfriends and all of their boyfriends and down to the lake. And I said, well, let me tell you, that, I know every one of you is barely you ain't 21 yet, so I said, and if you and ain't none of you's married, so the girls stay inside the bus and the boys stay in the tents outside. And that's when Ori was little. I said, and if you try to walk down this hallway to get to that door to get out, I said, that dog's going to go out and bite and snap at you. So I said, now I don't care what you're doing during the day, but nighttime we go to bed and nobody goes out, nobody comes in. And the restrooms are in the back of the bus, and the boys are outside in the tent. But she bought, I don't know, 6 or 8 girls, and then about 6 or 7 boys outside. We had a good time. I cooked. Yeah, I did. Let's see, I did barbecue, and I did a whole bunch of other things. Cooked all kinds of stuff. They was there for about 3 days. 4th of July is what they did. Hot dogs. Where you gonna be at in December in Oklahoma? Q-Town. I'd love to do that too. Lake Texoma. You ever go down there? I got relatives down Lake Texoma. I got property in Eufaula. I ain't seen it in 10 years. It's a corn orchard. And I go down there and stay with my great niece in Eufaula. And they know me pretty well down there. You still, yeah, you still you move in a van, yeah. Lost on Land uses a van too. I don't blame her. Them big old rigs I've got, I've had big rigs, and oh, I want to stop at that store. Well, I have to walk back 2.5 miles because I had to find a place to park or get the car and drive back, unhook the car and drive back to the store. So I just use a van anymore. I can pull right up in a regular parking spot. My birthday's August the 3rd, 1931. Well, that was when I was born. So my birthday will be this August in 2021. Yeah, yeah, I'm getting older by the minute. I got a free facelift one time because of all this scarring that all this rotted out, and they had to pull skin up and pull skin down and stretched all my skin out. And like being fat, though, it helps you with wrinkles too. Mm. My grandmother, God bless her, was so she still had dark hair, had a few little bit of gray in it, and it was all long. It probably touched down to her calves or her legs. When she was 118, didn't have very much gray hair. The only time you got to see it's when she washed it. She kept it up in the bun with a little bonnet. You know how them Puritans are. They don't even show their ankles and they don't show their wrist. They're full of sin and going to hell if they do. I was born at home. All Mama's kids were born at home, all 14 of them. Hell, they didn't even take a census back in days. The only birth certificate I got was 2 lines in the Bible. They didn't name them till they was a year old either. You know that? They never named them. Not until they was a year old. Because a lot of them died before they was a year old, so they didn't get that too attached to them. They figured if they named them, they was getting attached to them, left keep them. It's like naming a dog. You don't name it, you don't have to worry about it. You wouldn't miss it that bad. There's a lot of beautiful campgrounds in Oklahoma. Oh, here Chris's little dog. Chewy's just a little light colored, tan colored chihuahua, a little apple head chihuahua. He drives my dogs crazy. A lot of people, children born at home. Should have said, get me some ice cream. I'm trying. I hear Choo Choo's been hollering. He said, where's my master? He said, that's a long ass hallway. I can't run down there. Big boy's rapping at him. All my relatives, most of them in the church, was born at home.
2 minutes. He carries up the Lord.
He does?
Yeah. 2 minutes.
Well,
Listen to him.
I hear him.
2 minutes.
I better not eat this. It says 240 calories. How many sugars is in this crazy thing? I better do my sugar before I even think about it. Let me raise up and get my sugar. I bet I won't be able to eat it though. I had some shrimp, breaded shrimp, and that bread will tear me up. Oh. Well, like I said, we'll get together. They're lost on land. It ain't gonna take us forever. We'll get together. What's this? I think that maybe that's what it is. Yeah, we'll get together. Do my sugar. I run around, especially in the spring and in the fall. That's when I like to run around. Or if I'm going to go in the winter like that, I want to go and make sure my house ain't frozen up and busted. But I like to go where places like Florida, or I don't go too many hurricanes down there, but I like going South Texas or Padre Island, Arizona, New Mexico, Southern California. That woman I'm talking about lives in Texas. She's wanting to get her a van and go traveling. She said, "Well, the payments wouldn't be." I said, "Well, if you're going to sit there and worry about the payments, you can get a pretty good old van for about $2,000, $2,500. Don't have to be the top of the line." She's wanting a 2014. I said, "You'd be better off buying a 2000. You're just going to drive it part time. My old Atmos is a 90. But I spent a lot of money on it, getting it all back on its feet." Ooh, look at here. Don't think I'm going to get a candy bar out. I'll eat it tomorrow. At least I'll have it, I guess. I got to, now if I was bound in the 120s or something, I could have had a candy bar, but I can't have it now. 155 is a little high. I knew that breaded shrimp would do it. It was probably that tartar sauce that wiped it out. Tartar sauce. Well, bless you. You guys take care and have a great one anyway. And don't get stressed out. Hell, it'll come and it'll go. Yep. Hell, I've been poor and I've been rich and I was poor again. Now I'm moderate. That's what I'm just moderate. Yeah, I'm too old to go crazy and try to make $1 million. Yeah, I'm just going to be self-sufficient. That's what I call it now. I'm just self-sufficient. Yeah. I used to worry about crap all the time.
Well, 5,000 ain't bad price, really. Hey, as long as you're happy, it don't matter if you paid $1 or 50,000. It don't make a damn bit of difference. It's like that bus I bought. Say 50,000. I bought that big old bus. I wasn't happy. I was always walk back. Oh, I can't park there. I can't go down that road. The trees are too damn low. I can't go here. I can't turn there. I can't turn around. Bullshit. I just want something I can get here and get out of. That's why I said I paid $1,800 for that old ambulance. And I put this in it new, that in it new tires, a whole bunch of stuff new. New starter, new brake system, new everything. Had the fuel system worked on, had everything worked on. Now I'm happy. It's an old ambulance, and it's a 1 ton. It'll go anywhere I put it. And if I break a solar panel, I got 37 more of them at home. Because some of them places I'll go down through the brush and knock out a solar panel. Just unscrew it, tape it back in, and away we go again. I keep trying to keep things. In the wintertime, I like to go to my floors. I like to go to where there's a KOA or a state park or something where you can plug into electricity. Now, that's the key on camping in places where you have it's cold. Either that or you'll have to run your heater all night. And I'd rather run an electric heater all night than I would a propane because it's a lot safer. And that's honest God truth. Because a little old electric heater, let's say, and it don't cost me much. Corps of Engineers is government land. Any government land I got to pass pretty well. They don't charge me about $8 to $10 a day. Where it'd be charging somebody else $38. It don't cost me about $10 or $11 a day, or 12 at the most. And that's full hookups, and I don't need full hookups. I just need electric. Yep. Because I always park close to the bathrooms. I'm going to talk about bathrooms. I'm going to make a bathroom run, and I'll be back. Gail, you're in charge. Talk to the people. Oh, what are you running for, Hoyt? Come on. Come on. Well, the boys went outside, so that's what they did. Well, that's good. And you got to watch. Now, the reason I picked the Atlas because it's insulated. Yeah, they insulate all the Atlases because they're out in all kinds of weather. You gonna steal my candy bar? um, I like to have candy every once in a while because my blood sugar. That's why I got Ori. It'll crash. It'll go down 68, 65, somewhere in that area. Then you have a tendency to go into a coma with a low blood sugar more than you do a high. Well, it's just like I said, as long as a person's happy, there's like I said, there's not much you can get out of life. And I've been at both spectrums. You know, when I left home at 10 years old, I didn't even have a pair of shoes. I was running away from tyranny. That's what I call it. But you know, you got food, clothing, and shelter. Ain't much past that. I mean, you know, it's like having a diamond ring or a gold watch or whatever. It's the value you put on it. Oh, Timex is just as good as a Rolex. Tells you the time. That's about all it's going to do. You know, as long as your car gets point A to point B without no trouble, it's reliable. It don't matter if it's a 50 model or a 2020. As long as it gets you to point A and point B, you be happy with it. You know, like his old house. I built way too big a house. It was a lake cabin, and it was basically a bathroom, a kitchenette, and a front little get together front room type thing. Now it's a big old humongous thing. Like his front room is 36 feet by 36 feet. Hell, it's bigger than the whole cabin started off to be. And that's what I'm getting at. Baby girl, no. You should have went out with the boys when they went. Now you'll have to wait. Baby girl, get back in here. You want out? You want to go outside? Yep. Hang on. Just like a woman. She want me to get up and do some extra. Come on, I'm coming. Sorry about that, people. She got to go. She got to go. That's how I get my steps. I got 3,627 steps in. And it changes every night at midnight. It counts over, my little watch does. Chocolate covered cherries is really good. You just get some Marshano cherries and powdered sugar and some milk chocolate. If you like dark chocolate, get that. It ain't hard. It ain't like, it's basically, if I could read it out of a book, I can do it. It's like a lab test. Well, Friendship is, you know what a true friendship is? I should talk about this one. A true friendship, you accept them exactly the way they are. And anytime you try to change your friend or they're not suitable for you, if you try to change them in any way, now they'll change over the years themselves, but if you didn't accept your friend exactly the way they are, then they're not your friend. And you ain't gonna be their friend. You have to accept. It's like your mate. Women is the world's worst, and I'm gonna say this, and God forbid, no, they want to change somebody. It's like that snake. Have you ever heard that story about snake? She was half frozen. She brought it in, held it to her bosom, it bit her on the breast, and she said, "Well," she said, "Was your bites deadly?" He said, "Didn't you know I was a snake before you brought me in?" Yeah, she knew he was a snake, and he was a deadly snake. So there you go. But you can't change anybody. If they'll change themselves, because that's just age. But normally they won't change. So, and if you've got a friend and you try to change them to suit you, what you think your friend should be, then you ain't really a friend to them, and they're really not going to be your friend. What is that on my screen? Oh, that's the cursive error. Tell you, I'm about half blind. Here I was trying to scratch it off. It was the cursive error. Well, like I said, it's just, there's a lot of things in life that people try to improve on, this, that, and the other, but there's very few improvements in the world. The old human race has been around for eons, and it ain't really changed all that much since Adam and Eve, really. And they ain't going to. So how does the Bible put it? A man will rule a woman by his strength and his authority, and a woman will rule a man by her wiling ways. In other words, oh, honey, yeah. Man's, and then, oh, honey, can we do this? He gives in. And God said this. I didn't say it. God said it. So you should know he made him. And he didn't make woman be run over and ruled by man either. She's a helpmate, not a flunky. Yep. Now that men need to realize that too. She's supposed to help you in your endeavor, give you courage, lift you up, so on and so forth, blah, 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 blah. She ain't go get me a cup of coffee or whatever. So give and take. Yep. She's your helpmate, not your slave. Same way with men too, or women. It ain't their place to make you happy either. Women, you got to make your own self happy. Boy, I read too much of that book. I've read that book 4 or 5 times all the way through, and then I read all 100, 200 of the little stories, all of it. But I said I read it front to back, I don't know, 20, 30 times. Looking for a loophole. Didn't find one. Save you from going there. Look at this. This is a high dollar perfume. I buy that stuff and they ship it to me. My daughter sends me a lot of it for Christmas and birthdays and all that crap. I used to use it for room deodorant. She said, "You know what that costs? You're spraying it in the air." I said, "Okay." I don't care. That's kids for you. Making me happy. I'm still happy. And no, I don't need no more ties, and I don't need no more pairs of socks or a belt. Don't need none of them 3 things. Got a house full of that crap. Don't need no more suits either. I still got suits running out my ears. I got a silk suit. Remember when they used to make the old zoot suits? You need to Google that, you young people. The government put a stop to it. Did you know that? The United States government put a stop to making zoot suits. And you know why? They was making so many of them and selling them They kept it was using so much cloth that they needed the cloth for the war effort to make military uniforms. Damn, I am old, ain't I? I remember useless information. Zoot suits is what they are. They look like the beatniks. Yeah. I believe in another 150, 200 years, if I get to live that long, probably won't, that the world's really going to change. I wonder if there's still going to be in America. It might be one good world government or socialization of planets or whatever they want to call it, like Star Trek. Oh, do I believe in aliens? Well, yeah. If you believe in angels, there's aliens. They didn't come from Earth. You believe in God, he's an alien. He didn't come from Earth. He made Earth. He didn't come from it. So there you go. I believe in aliens. And so that way somebody said, well, do you believe in aliens? Of course. I said, do you believe in God? Yeah. Well, he was an alien. You never heard of them. Zoot suits. Yeah, Google it. Zoot suits. Look like a regular suit, but it's baggy. Baggy. Baggy clothes. Had the old Oxford looking shoes and all that good crap. Back in the day. Yep. I think I need another haircut. I'm turning into a hippie. There's beatniks before there's hippies. Did you know that? They get up and tell all kinds of poems and stories and didn't make no damn sense. Yeah, beatniks. Next time people get to listen, it ain't going to be no telling. I'm slowly losing people. Oh, well. We've had a great time anyway, ain't we, Gail? We don't care. And the ones that hung in there, choo-choo. I think, like I said, that I believe if Trump would have been in there one more time, we'd have been in the middle of a war. I believe that with all my heart. Now, did we probably need to be? I don't know. I wrote some poems back in the day. Wrote some songs too. Then I used to do some painting. I don't do much of nothing anymore. I just get bored and frustrated. I love my dogs, but it's hard to travel with so many of them. You want them to be safe. I want them, when they step out of the van, I want them in a pen. I don't like putting them on a leash or a lead. I don't mind leading them, but I don't want them tied to a tree. Hell, would you like to be tied to a damn tree? Hell no. I'd be like a prisoner. Yep, I'm going to have to get another flat top. And you know what I think is so silly? Women that dye their hair. Why in the hell? Gray hair is pretty. Find nothing wrong with gray hair. It shows your age and your intelligence. I've seen some of them women dye their hair so black it looked like a piece of coal. Then I've seen them dye them so red. Human hair ain't that color. Of course, men that wants to get hair transplants, that's about as stupid as hell. Your hair fell out because you're old. Or facelifts. Shit. I mean, I mean, sewing back the skin ain't gonna help you all that much. Old age is coming. There ain't much you can do to slow it down either. No, thank you. I haven't painted anything in a while. I'm going to. I've got some flowers I want to paint. I've found a poetry book talking about poetry. It had some flowers in it. Beautiful flowers and arrangements. I'm thinking about painting some of them. My sisters love them. My one sister left that ain't in the church. You know, the Puritans don't put a picture on the wall. They don't put a painting on the wall. They don't do nothing. Their walls are empty unless they got a light hanging off of it or something like that. They don't have no pictures or anything hanging off of it. That's vanity. Or persons, like portraits or pictures that you buy, anything. Nope. If they have a calendar, they tear all the pictures off the prop. They just use the numbers. That's all they do. If they have a calendar. And it's in a drawer. You pull the drawer out, look at the calendar, push the drawer back. You don't have nothing hanging on the wall. Yeah, that's too flashy. That's one reason I didn't fit in with their stuff. Ain't gonna fit into that. Yeah, you can get white-headed young. It don't matter. Yeah, gray hairs from worrying, they say, not more than age. So I must have worried a lot. I still worry a lot. Next 100 years, who in the hell knows what's going to happen? I worry more about my kids, grandkids, great-grandkids, and great-great-grandkids. You know? But just, what was it? The king of Jerusalem, King David or something, was saying about his in Solomon. Of course, after a couple of lines down, they fell plumb away from God. Yeah, that's why the Maccabees wrote the first and second book of the Maccabees in the Catholic Bible. Put it straight on. And he took one book to the king, and the king tore it up. They said, that's all right. He went back and made two more. Yeah, tell him how corrupt it was. I'll tell you a story. And this is true. There's an old black man, God bless him. He was preaching on the corner of Oklahoma City, preaching about the corruption and cruelty, and told him God sent him to preach. He did. Well, he didn't have a license to preach. You got to be ordained by some big college and shit. He never was. And this is a true story. And so they arrested him, throwed him in jail. Well, before he could come to court, the judge died. And before he could come to court the second time on his crime of preaching in the street, that judge died. You know what the third judge did? Let him go. That made good sense. That's a true story. Yeah. Hey, yeah, he didn't want to be the third judge that died. Yeah. Don't mess with God's messenger. You might be messing up. I believe I'd let him go after the first judge. I wouldn't be the second judge that died. No, I'll have to check that out. Smart judge, you bet. I'd let him go too. Ooh, yeah. You know what God said? He said, I'll shake the ground. I'll show him I'm God. And then somebody said, when I get angry at him, I'll throw rocks at him. Well, he does. He got a big rock. There's one hanging over our head called the moon. Yeah. He gets mad, he'll throw that down at us. We'll be fried then. Yep. I've read that book. And it's sort of funny the way I read it. You know, in the Bible, it should have never said God. It should have said the Spirit. because he is a spirit. He ain't in fleshly form. Now, Jesus Christ was his son, but he was not God. He just did whatever the Spirit told him to do. But he said in there, it's in 1 John, God is a spirit, worship in spirit and truth. But like I said, that's why when Jesus claimed that he was the Son of God, they thought him as a liar and a heretic, because God's a spirit. So he was born to the Spirit. Yeah, there you go. Mary Magdalene, not Mary Magdalene, but Mary, mother of Jesus, was an immaculate conception. God, I know a lot of crap. It's useless, but it's crap. I could go on Jeopardy. I don't know much about music, and I don't know much about movies or any of that crap. My wife was good about that, but I know all about the ancient times, the ancient Egyptians and all that other stuff, the Mesopotamians, yeah, the ancient Hittites, the Moabites, Amorites, and all them other people. Yeah, I was going to study ancient history. Yeah, be what do they call it? Not an anthropologist, anthropologist. Yeah, whatever. Decided to be a biologist instead. Should have just been plain on me. But I had to make a living somehow. I owned 2 or 3 businesses before I ever got my degree. So, I mean, I had a house cleaning service. I had a painting service. I had all kinds of crap going on. Yeah, I used to have a painting company. All kinds of crap. Had some rental houses. Back in the days, I had to do everything because the kids needed money. They had to buy them $100 shoes. I don't think that's $100, but it seemed like it. Now, their kids had to buy $100 shoes, Nikes, and all that Jordan crap. Yep. I gave my son a pair of Jordans, some of his first shoes that came out. Chris put them on and see how much they was worth. He said, I can't wear them outside. Somebody killed me for them. They're like $2,500. I said, they're just shoes. I've got 400 pairs of shoes, different kinds of shoes. That stems from not having shoes when I was little. Yep. That's why I'm a hoarder to this day. It's because I never had nothing when I was little. So I just brought it over to my old age. When my wife was alive, she wouldn't let me bring it all in the house. Yep. I love to. I mean, to me, I don't like the idea of digging up the dead. I think they should let the dead rest. But I can learn a lot. That's why I'm gonna be cremated. I won't play with my bones after I've been dead a couple of 100 years or 1,000 years. They can play with that dust. Ashes to ashes, dust to dust. There's a verse in the Bible I put on my headstone that says, let's see if I can remember it now. Let me think. Spirit dwells in a house of clay whose foundation is dust. That's what I put on my headstone. Yeah, the Spirit dwells in a house of clay whose foundation is dust. So in other words, we're crap. Well, you should have. You still ain't that old. You can really still pursue a lot of careers. You get a certain age, they already let you go back to college without even having a high school education. All they want is money. But a lot of times with Google, you can be as smart as you want to without having anything. Hell, I'm going to tell you something right now. That doctorate just hangs on the damn wall. It ain't worth nothing. It's just a damn piece of paper. That means I finished something. That's all it does. It's like a high school diploma. All it means is you finish something. Don't mean to show you how smart you was. The smart Einstein had a 197 IQ, and this other guy had 257. He pulled out of society. He was a janitor in a damn school, had 257 or something like that IQ. Yeah, twice as smart as Einstein was. Yeah, Einstein couldn't even tie his own shoes. You know that? Yep, he never figured out how to tie his own shoes. So he wasn't all that damn smart. Choo-choo. Yeah, that's it. We are cattle. Pay taxes. What is it? What was that saying? Pay taxes, live and die, or something like that. I don't know what the damn thing is. Yeah, government already knows. I'm going to tell you something about the government because I worked with them stupid people for millions of years. They already figured out whatever you was born and raised in, how much you're going to make and how much they're going to get from the day you're born. Yeah. And now there is a 100%, exception to the rule. You might win the lottery. You might become a movie star. You might, you know what I'm saying? But most generally that rule stays true 99.9 of the time. So if you're born in the ghetto, you live, die, and resurrected, your kids will do the same thing in the ghetto or on the, silver spoon your ass. Like Trump was already give $14 million time he's 18. Yeah, and then he blowed that. He'd been bankrupt 3 times. And his daddy gave him more money. Daddy gave him more money. He was bound to accomplish something. You throw enough money at it, a little bit of it's going to stick. I learned that a long time ago. You throw enough money into it, something will stick. That's like you put enough effort into something will, you'll accomplish something out of it. In other words, you might even accomplish, I shouldn't have done that in the first place. Yep. Actually, tax, I'm going to tell you something. Paying taxes is voluntary. You get out of that, X out of that. You don't even have to have a Social Security number. Legally by law, you don't have to take one. There ain't no Amish got no damn Social Security number. The Mennonites, neither does Puritans. All of them, ain't got no damn civil number. Social Security number, I guess that's what they call it. Yeah, you can opt out of that. You can opt out of paying taxes. Of course, now you won't be able to get no income tax or Social Security or any of that other crap. Yeah. Yeah, you can opt out of everything if you want to. And in the Amish, they are Puritans. So they outside the English call them Amish, and inside they call them Puritans. But anyway, yeah, they do more barter than they do anything else. They don't buy and sell. They barter. I'll trade you 2 pigs for a cow and stuff like that. That's what they do. Bartering has been one of the oldest ways to trade since the beginning of time. Yeah. They didn't have currency. They bartered. I'll trade you 2 beads for a rock. 2 rocks for something else. Piece of flint, obsidian. Yeah. That's how it traveled around the world, flint rock. Because flint ain't popular everywhere, neither is obsidian. Neither is seashells, all the other stuff they had. So they did a bartering system. It's like somebody told me, and I was talking to a kid or a guy. I say a kid, he's 50. But he said, I buy gold and silver. I said, well, you just wasted your money, time, and your effort. Because that's what he was going to do, barter. And when crap hits the fan, when shit hits the fan. I said, well, you're an idiot. The second thing, gold and silver is just what you put on it. Now, I can see saving coins. American currency, you still got silver and gold and coins. But I said, basically, I would barter in coffee, tea, cigarettes, alcohol, something like that, antibiotics. You see where I'm coming from? I mean, because eventually, I ain't saying it won't be that way forever, but eventually, maybe gold and silver is going to be worth something. But eating supper is going to be worth more, or drinking a glass of whiskey going to be worth more than wearing a gold ring. You see what I'm saying? Because you can't eat that gold ring. Yeah. There you go. Well, Trump only paid $750. You got screwed. Yeah, I believe that you pay a bunch in taxes. Well, we used to take eggs in and sell them. Yep, trade. But that's the way you did. I mean, I understand. I mean, if you trade and barter, the government don't like it because they can't tax it. You see what I'm saying? They didn't throw a fit over the marijuana shops because they can tax it. You know what I'm saying? What they got mad about it was underhanded table, dealers buying it and selling it. You know what I'm saying? So therefore, they put them in prison for 30, 40, 50 years. Or hell, what's the difference now? You can go in there and get a medical card and bring all the pot home you want. You know, that's what I'm saying. They didn't care if you used the pot. They just got mad because you couldn't tax it or wasn't taxing it. Let's put that way. Yeah, ain't no lie there. Yeah, they would. They'd come and lock you up if you didn't pay your taxes. But I heard President Trump owed $400 million. Jesus Christ. I wonder who he owes it to, Putin. Oh, I know what the Bible says if you owe taxes. You want me to tell you? It says, give to Caesar what's Caesar's. You did that yourself. You got hooked up in society. As to make the money, you used the government money. That's what you got paid in. So part of that goes to the government. It's their money to begin with. You see what I'm saying? They're the one that redeems it. That's why he said, give to Caesar what's Caesar's. Give to God's what's God's. Now, if you was living off the land and this, that, and the art and bartering and trading, living off the land, you didn't own the land, you just lived out there, hunter and gatherer, you didn't have no taxes to pay. I seen a gold boy living up here in a real high dollar part of town. He had him a little wagon, a little dog, and he lived in the woods right at the edge of this high dollar neighborhood. And he'd been living there for 4 or 5 years because I see him up there all the time. And he lives in one of the extension labor, the high dollars neighborhood you can think of. And he lives in a tent, and he goes into basically, if he filed to vote, he'd have to file it as a resident of that town, or that area, that neighborhood. Yeah, he's living free off of them. Well, that's true. Women want the 4 walls, and that's why I moved up here. I can tell you all about that. That's how come this house is 2,860 something square foot. Her front room's 36 feet by 36 feet. And then she wanted 12-inch walls because she didn't want her people playing and hollering in the back part of the house, and she didn't want them to disturb her watching TV. So you'll do a lot. Ain't you heard that song? When a man loves a woman, that's that song. Yeah, when a man loves a woman, look out. He's got a hard road to hoe. So we know what got us in trouble on that one. I like to live up in the wild. That's why I bought me some land up in Nevada, in the mountains, in the high Sierras. You think my wife would move up there? Are you out of your damn mind? She won't move off Blacktop. Ain't no roads up there but dirt roads. I was going to buy a place out here called Twin Lakes. It's a little old community that's got all dirt roads, sand roads. She said, "You think I'm going to move out there on them dirt roads? You're out of your mind." I said, "Well, you don't drive anyway." She said, "That I ain't moving out there on dirt roads either." She moved right here next to her friend in a gated community. Yeah. Eventually, we took the gates down. I said, "There ain't no sense having the gates because they come and go as they damn well want to anyway." Because you give your kids the code, you give them the code, you give them the code, but it's in hell. Everybody's coming in and out. So hell, why don't you take the damn gate down? Save us an electric bill. That's what I told them. I used to be president of this damn association out here. I don't want to do that job anymore either. Well, I'll be honest with you. Women and men, you can make it as easy on your life as you want to or as hard as you want to. And the Bible says the rich will serve the poor. You know, they're always helping the homeless. Just become homeless. Yeah, they live off the rich. Got food banks and free medical care. They walk in any emergency room. And they even get, as long as they pick them up for vagrants, they feed them 3 meals and wash them and bathe them, give them new clothes and turn them back on the street. What are you going to get off of a person that ain't got nothing? You ain't going to get nothing. That's what the government looks at. They don't like the homeless. They ain't got nothing, so they can't get nothing. Yeah, they like people, "Oh, I got big cars and I got businesses and I own this and I own that," so they can pay taxes. That's who they like. They don't like the homeless. There ain't nothing they can get off of them. More you got, the more you pay. Yeah, there you go. Unless you get smart and don't pay but $750, but eventually that's going to run the ground too. You can imagine I didn't vote for Trump. If I voted for a crook in, I'd vote for the devil himself. In my opinion, there's something wrong with him. You can still see something wrong with him. He lost, and he ain't even man enough to admit that. So I don't like that too much. Yeah, it's just like when I taught basketball and football and softball, I made them all shake hands. And great game, even if they won or lost. You know, that's what. Well, that's how better to quit spraying that stuff. It's going to gag me, and I won't be able to breathe. Gail, you need to get you an RV. It sounds like you love nature and getting out and experiencing the mountains and stuff. Oh, it's beautiful up there in the high Sierras. We were up there last year, and skiers had just skiing down my mountain. I bought up here in the mountains. Then I bought halfway down and then in the desert. I kept poor real estate guy pretty hopping and jumping last winter or year before last, I think, whatever the hell it was. When COVID first started, he about lose his butt. They was about to take his house and car back. So he contacted me and said, I said, "Well, you got any land for sale then? I'm getting, if I get rid of $1, I want something for it." I've learned that over the years. So I ended up with 30 acres, and he ended up saving his house and his car. He still had plenty of land. Yeah, he just owed a bunch of. When you buy something, they want their money too. Yeah, sleeping on the stars is fun. Unless it's too damn cold. I don't like that part. And I went up there this year. The smoke was so bad from all them tree fires and grass fires and stuff. I couldn't breathe. I had to come back home. But I thought it was crazy for somebody to tell the forest ranger to rake and all the leaves up and the twigs up. I said, do you realize how much forest land there is in national forest? Hell, it's bigger than 10 states. Hell, Nevada's mostly government land. Montana, Wyoming, Northern California, the desert, most of the Arizona, New Mexico belongs to the government. I mean, hell, it's all over. Most of it is government land. Yeah, all them reservations, government land. They say the Indians own them, but hell, I didn't see them having a damn deed to it. They can't sell it. So therefore, it's not, they don't own it. If you can't sell it, you don't own it. Did you know that? Them reservations can't be sold by the people that lives on them, so they don't own the damn thing. That's the way I look at stuff. You don't own it. If you can't sell it, get any profit out of it, then you don't own it. You know, that's what the reservations are. Well, we can live here. They'll build us a house, but you still don't own it. And your kids didn't own it. Your kids' kids didn't own it. The government owned it. Or the Indian nations, or whatever you can call it. Well, suburban life ain't that bad. I mean, you know, if shit hits the fan, a bunch of zombies come down your way. I watched this show, urban living, or urban survival, or whatever the hell it was. I don't want to be around people. No, I want to be out away from people. Because if really stuff hits the fan, they're going to come to your nice house first. That's what I told my wife. They're going to come to this big nice house first because they know we got stuff. They're going to kill us and rob us. And ain't none of this shit worth me dying over. Hell, Mel. Well, we got zombies now that do 9 to 5. They're working for the man. Like that song Dolly Parton sang. From 9 to 5. Yep. It's bad out there. I'm glad I don't work no more. I did save money, though. I saved all my change since about the 50s. I got buckets of it. Yeah. I even had older car wash one time, and I go to the bank and get change, and whatever change fell in the bottom, I'd come back and pour in the barrel. That car wash was a total write-off. Never did make no money. So I poured it in a 55-gallon drum. You can give your wife one-time gift of $100,000 if you want to cheat on your taxes, and it ain't cheating. So if the IRS, you make a bunch of money and you don't want to pay no taxes on it, not at all, you can give your wife a one-time gift of $100,000. So therefore, if you got $100,000 and you don't want to pay taxes on it because you made some big dealings, you can give it to your wife and she'll have it, and you don't pay no taxes on it. Did that once. My wife was a Jew. She wouldn't spend money either. I used to date Dolly Parton's cousin. Her name was Love. The last name was Love. Big old tall redhead. She's a lot taller than Dolly. But she actually was Dolly Parton's cousin. How about that for history? And that people are religious and crazy as it goes. And people down there in them back hills, Tennessee, Kentucky, and yeah, they're there. Back in the holler. And they give you directions. This is what's so damn funny. You turn at the red barn, and you know where the crooked tree is. You make a right, and all kinds of stuff. You know, okay, what's the name of the road? Well, they ain't no sign, so they don't know the damn name of the road. They just know when somebody's fence broke, cow got out, or somebody killed somebody on that corner or whatever, that's when they tell you to turn. So let me tell you. So So your best bet when you travel down in there is take a local. One time thing. No, you don't have to pay taxes, really. I mean, what's the government going to do to you? They don't want you damaged sitting in prison. They save that for Marcos and all them other people that's got millions and millions of dollars. All they did, that big drug cartel guy, he had hundreds and hundreds of millions of dollars and the rats was eating it. They just wanted his money. They didn't give a damn about putting him anywhere. That's all they want is money. That's how the government functions, on money. Yeah. You ever been to a police auction or whatever? Hell yeah, I bought a bunch of damn cars off police auctions. Yeah, they just take all they got to sell. I bought watches, I bought cars, I bought all kinds of motorcycles, all kinds of crap at police auctions. Didn't cost them anything. They just caught a drug dealer and took everything he had. But if he'd have paid his taxes like Al Capone, he'd still be out there dealing. Yep, they want their fair cut. Was it Aristotle or Einstein? One of them said less government is more government. I can't remember who said that. Somebody have to Google that and find that out. And that's the truth. Less government is more government. Because all you're doing is keep a bunch of aristocrats. We pay these people on the Supreme Court the rest of their lives, and half of them get 100 years old and they go, I don't understand. They ain't even functional no more. You pay a president and his staff and security-wise and everything else the rest of his life. Did you know that? If he becomes president, you give him a salary the rest of his life. Yeah. So, I mean, right now, what do we got? 5 or 6 living presidents? 4 or 5 anyway. Yeah, they don't have to worry about a damn thing. They get a check every month. Yeah. And they get security. They get everything that they got while they're in the White House. Yeah, they get to fly for free. They get to do all this shit. Yeah. So when you vote for one of them aristocrats, no matter whether Democrat, Republican, Independent, or whatever, all you're doing is setting him up for the rest of his life, like a congressman or something. Hell, I worked for the government all my life. I got a government check. I get Social Security, a pension. I can go to the base and get treated. I can get all that stuff free. But I had people shooting at me. Well, some presidents get people shooting at them. Whether they want to or not. I signed up for it, though. Mel, you still saving money? Now, there's a guy to show you how to save money now. I ain't going to say he's a penny pincher, but he saves his money. Well, what did Google say? They got some crazy ass laws all over the world. I don't think you can drive sheep across the Golden Gate Bridge to this day, but you got to be a royal to do it. Hell, if you're a royal, you get ship them across the damn Golden Gate, not the Golden Gate, the London Bridge is what I'm talking about, not the Golden Gate, but the London Bridge. Yeah, you're that damn rich, you hire a truck to haul them across it. We'll learn this. This is going to be our educational program. Bring you out of depression. We got a socialist government to begin with. They say it ain't, but hell it is. It's on the verge of dictatorship. It ain't no communist. It's damn dictatorship. You know, an employer is a dictator. Yeah, the regulations and rules, they are a dictator. They can hire, they can fire, they can dictate what you do when you take lunch, everything. So they're a dictator. Don't matter if you belong to a union or not. An employer is a dictator. They can fire you for any reason. They just don't like you. It's like if they can jack with your income, then there's, like I said, that's a dictator. You bet. And they tax you for that. You got to have your fishing. I got a lifetime fishing license, a lifetime hunting license. I don't hunt. I can't kill Bambi. What the hell? I love to go fishing though. They ain't got no brains. I like steamed fish, cooked with a little lemon juice, wrapped up in banana peelings. I just wrap it up in aluminum foil. Put some vegetables in there, broccoli, and a few other things. Steaming. Yep, I like fish. I like shrimp, seafood. You actually ain't supposed to eat. You ain't supposed to eat anything that don't got a scale, so catfish is out of the question. And you can't eat any shellfish or any of that crap, like shrimp, lobster, crabs, and all that other crap. Yep. Of course, that was way before refrigeration. Yep, that's one thing a fishing boat's got plenty of, and that's ice. Well, of course they do. I mean, they have to get their money. So giving you that $1,200 was a joke. To me, every human being here in America needs, especially how the head of household needs $5,000, and then their wife needs $5,000. That's 10 grand. That might get them out now for Social Security. Anybody on a pension, Social Security, they don't need a damn dime. They got plenty of damn money, hopefully. But if they don't get, let's say, $1,500 a month, then you need to give them the $1,200 or whatever, or the 5 grand to get them out of the slot. They've got the money. I mean, damn. I mean, to me, you want to keep your citizens in the damn dark? Give them 5 grand. Get them out of this slump. Let them pay their damn landlord. Let them pay their damn car payments to catch them back up. You know, do you want a bunch of homeless people? Do you want another damn depression? Do you want them going to California like the Dust Bowl? A bunch of migrate workers, I guess is what they call them. You know, or do you want a bunch of people living off street and with their cardboard signs saying, "I'm homeless, please feed me, my kid's dying"? No, then the government needs to step up, or they're going to end up like Marie Antoinette, lose their damn head. You know, people will put up with a hell of a lot of shit, but you can't starve them. Learned that shit during the war. You can't starve them. You can say, no, you can't live over here. No, you got to drive that car. You got to do this. You got to do that. But you can't starve them. Then that's what causes a rebellion. You know, you can starve his neighbor, but you can't starve him. You know, you see what I'm getting at? It's just like the president wanted to call American troops against the rioters, the demonstrators. Well, you gonna go up there and jack with grandma, grandpa, cousin, uncles, and apple in a damn demonstration? I mean, you got to go home with them damn people at night. The worst thing you can do is call grandson to be mean to grandma. You see what I'm saying? I've seen people lose their lives over that shit. The government, when you take an oath as an American soldier, you take an oath to defend this country against foreign and domestic. Now, did Trump remember his oath? He is your commander-in-chief. Now, he took the same damn oath as a president, as an American soldier takes the oath. of office and the oath of serving in the military. This is about the same, almost identical, same damn oath. Universal basic income. I don't. Guess that's what I read. Have a look at it again. Yeah. I don't know. I mean, to me, it's like that Go Money or whatever the hell they got, that G Money or whatever that you can buy tokens and shit. Universal basic income. I believe that's how much you would have. It is like some, maybe it's the $750 you're supposed to get under the what is that kind of law they got? What is that? The standard income? What is that? Oh shit! I had a brain fart. Wages is $750, whatever they call that. And they want to raise it up to $15 or $20 an hour. Good luck. Yeah. What do they call it? Is that your basic income? They get $7.50 an hour, I think. You can't even eat on $7.50 an hour. You gotta get a damn mind. People on welfare getting more than $7.50 an hour. What do they call that damn thing? We all get a check? Okay. Yeah, the government folds. I'm poor. I'll tell you that right now. I'm poor at the government folds. All my checks come from the government. Yeah. Yeah. What do they call it? That's it. That's the coins I was thinking of. Yes. Bitcoins, whatever. I think it's bullshit. I think that'd be like taking a cow and trading it for 3 beans and for jacking the beanstalk shit. You out of your damn mind? Yeah. That's like it's just what they put a value on it. That's like gold or silver or whatever. The only thing gold and silver is good for is electronics or conducting electricity. Because it really, the high density of it, like platinum, lead, it's got a high density, it'll shoot electric through it real fast. Yeah, and it don't rot. I mean, it don't canker and it don't ruin. Yeah, that's why they went to copper wiring. And they used to use a lot of aluminum wiring and it oxidized. So that would save a bunch of trailer houses burned up back in the day because of that shit. And put old cheap aluminum wiring in them. But aluminum used to be more expensive than gold. How about that one? Yep. What'd you do? Get rid of them again? We can give him a timeout, Gail. Hello, Ghost Wolfhard. How you doing? Now, he's a guy that gets very little off the government and has to make do. I'd sue the son bitches. They give me $500-600 a month. I'd just sue them. That's what I do. I said, well, hell, I should have let it go communism instead of fighting in the wars. Yeah. Gail will get you now. She can put up with crap. I'm doing pretty good. The doctor said I was getting old and feeble. I agreed with him. Yeah, be like a, I'll be like an old horse. Lead me to water, and I won't even have enough sense to drink. And knowing damn well I got to cross the desert. Are you still living in your bus or what? What's going on out there? Well, it's better living out from under. I lived under a bridge one time. Lived in a hobo jungle another time. I was just a kid then. We didn't have all that high dollar stuff when I lived in the hobo jungle. We had to butcher a hog that we stole up with a tuna can. So it ain't that rough yet. It gets that rough, hell, I'll be giving it up. You still staying down there in Tennessee? Well, that's good. Gail, I forget where did you, Gail, where was you from? Mississippi, that's where you said you was from. So the weather's a little warmer down there, maybe in Mississippi than it is in yeah, I've done lived under a bridge. I lived rough when I was young. You imagine leaving home at 10 years old. It wasn't all that much fun. We didn't even get a check then. We had to work for every damn thing we got. Come on now. What happened? Ghost with Farm, I'm sorry about that. I hit the damn phone and it did a damn number on me. Sorry, Ghost with Art. Come back. I had that damn thing. What the hell's going on here? Well, the hell, I hit all of his damn things. Are you still there, Ghost? Teach me to pick up this damn phone. I shouldn't have done it. Damn it. How do I get them back? I was going to read them. I just put them back. I touch each one of them. Do they come back? I still can read them, though. Ghost, are you still there? Well, hell. I don't know what I did, Gail, but something happened. Maybe you can fix it. I'm gonna make him a moderator. Will that help? Maybe now you can come back or whatever. I don't know. There you go. I made you a moderator. I picked up the phone and touched it. That's what happens to me. Mississippi's pretty too. It's pretty down south. There's parts of it they got some badass slums down south. That's what I don't like. I mean, and they don't seem to give a damn either. It's about like going up to Pennsylvania or Chicago or something. There's some rough ass parts of town now. I love. There's some parts. It's like I love Montana. I love Colorado up in the mountains. The hell, all the damn movie stars went up there and bought all that damn mountain land in Colorado and Montana. And hell, if you buy an acre, it's $100,000. Well, hell, and they just bought it all up because they had the money. It's like old Robert Redford. He bought so much of Montana, he had to turn it into a national park just to pay the damn taxes on it. That's what happens. I think you did, Gil. Oh. Oh, well, I don't know what happened to it, but I think I messed it up. Yeah, it's hard on people, and it's going to get worse. That's what I'm saying. If you get any kind of a government assistance, a check or anything, you better consider yourself lucky because there's a lot of people ain't getting a dime. I mean, they ain't even got a damn job. Now, hell, I get a pension and the Social Security and some other stuff, but I'm saying, even if you get 1,000 a month or 800 a month or 500 a month, at least you're getting something off them damn people. Whoop, what happened? I don't know what happened there. What'd you do? Let's take that back, Ghost. But I mean, it's hard on people, and it ain't gonna get no better. And I don't think Biden's gonna be able to save us either. I mean, I'm just telling you the damn truth. I don't think anybody could. I know damn well Trump didn't give a shit. You wasn't as rich as him. He didn't give a damn. That's the truth. He didn't care a damn about the dying and the sick and the infirmed. He's like, okay, 250,000, no problem. Yeah, well, that'd be bad. Man, I ain't no sure enough about that. I'd be mortified too. I don't know. It's just, I don't know. As a single person and in the human race, you really can do very little. And when you realize that, it's horrible. You know, I mean, what can you do? I mean, it has to be from the government's level. You know, Congress, House, the president, the Senate, somewhere. I mean, it's got to be from somewhere. It can't be the individual. Maybe they scream and holler enough, but yeah, like Black Lives Matter. That was, I mean, really bullshit. It's just that's what it was. It's just pure bullshit because you're not going to hide prejudice. That they're still going to be prejudiced. All they're going to do is hide it a hell of a lot better. I mean, they still feel the same damn way as they did 2 days ago. They and a lot of that you just taught at home. You know, and I just like I said, hell, to me though, it's hard to get behind a cause if they're going to just loot and steal. You know what I'm saying? That don't help your cause. Yeah, I can see your text. I don't know. I can see your text, Ghost with art. I gave you a ranch. Okay, she sees it. We see it now. I don't know what mankind's going to do. I just don't know. I mean, it's like greed or they've been possessed or something's taken over. I don't know what the hell it is. In my day, everybody pulled together. Had the war to fight. We had something else coming at us. Even in Kennedy Day, it's not what you can do, not what your country can do for you, is what you can do for your country. I mean, whew. Now it's all greed and craziness. And look at your population. They want to live off grid. They want to live on homesteads, tiny houses. The American dream of a white picket fence, 2 cars, and a couple of kids, and a moderate income is out of the damn question. The mankind has already got smart enough, the younger generation, that they realize they can't have that dream no more. The American dream's gone. And now they want to live in tiny homes or, in vans or RVs. Well, they're having to. That's what's so sad. They're having to because you let every damn thing collapse, government. Yeah, they did. They let everything collapse. Make America great. Hell, America's always been great. The damn politicians that ain't been that damn great on us. Yeah. And anybody who want to run for office has got a hole loose in their damn head. Either that or they're just a damn crook. Might as well admit to it. They're just a damn crook. I'm going to have to go here in a few minutes. I've had a really enjoyable time. One of these days I'll get my 4,000 hours. I've been on here 7 or 8 years and I ain't got 4,000 hours in a single year yet. That's sad. I wouldn't make it out of poorhouse. Hey, ain't no shit there. I don't see how them people make it on YouTube. Ghost, did you ever get enough to get monetized? Yeah, politics is a dirty business. You better believe it. They'd sell their own mother for 2 cents and claim she's a virgin. That's how big of liars they are. I don't trust nobody. You're better off not to anymore. Just do the best you can, and that's all you got to answer to when you get up through the pearly gates is what you did in life, not what somebody else did. He'll be there. Well, I don't know like I said, I have no idea. I don't know what's coming next, but I know that if we hit another depression, I'm worried that the United States can survive it. Let's put it that way. That last damn depression about got the United States. Because when we went into depression, the world went into depression. Because 90% or more of the world, and we're even talking China and Russia, it depends on the American dollar. Where in the hell do you think all that Amazon junk comes from? China. Yeah. We sell so much food and stuff to Russia that it's unreal. Potatoes mainly. But they have wheat farms there. But they depend on all of our, our products, mainly our money, our oil, this, that, and the other. I mean, they depend on America. Just like the Japanese after they bombed Pearl Harbor, they said, "We have woken a sleeping giant." No, I don't think we recover from a depression now. I think that we have been so crappy on the world stage. Look what we stepped out of, which Biden's going to step us back into the peace in France, coordinates in France, and the WHO and all this stuff. Really? I mean, who in the hell thought he could step out of all these damn organizations against nuclear armament, the World Health Organization, all this shit? I mean, they were hurting when we pulled our money out of that. Yeah. You know, of course, did they treat us right? Hell no. I ain't saying that Trump didn't have every right in the world to pull us out of some of this shit. But basically, the world don't function without the American dollar. They like our money, but they hate us. Let's put it that way. If you ever traveled abroad, and I've done a whole bunch of it, they like your money. They'll sell you anything, even their mother, but they don't like you. So don't go be going down no dark alleys and this, that, and the other, because they just soon cut your throat as an American as anything else. And that's the truth. I usually say the hell I come from Belgium or something like that. You know, get me a Swiss passport or something. Yeah, you can file for a visa anywhere in the country. And you can file your papers as a world citizen. How about that? Yeah, I talk a little bit of German. I could have said I was a German citizen. They don't give a shit. And be a German nationalist. Sprechen die Deutsch. Hell, the Amish talk plenty of damn German. No, they're not willing to pull together. They ain't willing to do anything. And yes, we have become so damn easy on an easy life. I'll just order it off of Amazon. But then you start talking about, look at all the Americans that can't just order what the hell they want off of Amazon. They're getting $500-600 a month because they're disabled, this, that, and the other, or less than 1,000, and some less than 1,500, and they're stuck. They're having to pay rent, maybe buy a car, all this other stuff. They're stuck. They're stuck on poverty till they die. They can't even afford their own damn medicines. Yeah. And whose fault is it? The government's. I'm a government conspiracist. They'll get me for treason pretty soon. I just know how the damn people work. You don't work for them, they don't work for you. That's the damn truth. Yep, I gotta let you go. I'm gonna have to go and see about my dogs and let them in. But I really enjoyed this. And like I said, I'm gonna have one tomorrow night at 7, and it'll last as long as it lasts. You know. And think about what we should talk about. Gail, give me some. You've been here almost every time. Tell us what you think we should talk about. Let's see what she comes up with. Well, good night, Gail. Have a great one. And remember, life is what you make it. It's up to you, the life you live. And don't let nobody cheat you out of that shit. It's your life. Live it the way you want to, as long as you don't harm or whatever anybody else. But don't let them cheat you out of your life, because the world is out there to get it from you. All right, you have a great one, and I'll talk to you guys later. And remember, it's nice to have friends, even no matter where they live at.